Hey there, Bob, Trade Genius, the 6th of April, and I want to show you something a little bit different. Look at things, and I know I have a Bitcoin chart up there, but I'm not really going to talk Bitcoin. I'm going to talk silver and why I like silver so much and why I think it's the most undervalued asset out there in light of what the central banks from around the world are doing and will do until they're forced to stop by the cost of living destroying everybody's life. But if you trade with us, you'll be at least be able to track the incredible inflation they're going to impose on all of us. But what I want to show here is this is Bitcoin, and everything is really around the end of 2015. It's just ironic this where they started tracking it. So it worked out good for my purposes. But from the end of 2015, this is when China had their first, I guess, financial crisis where they just started to pour money in, and central banks around the world just started to pour money into the world economy. And from that time till present, we're now at a gain of 2,100% for Bitcoin. So not a bad move. As an aside, we're getting another relative strength buy signal from us that is usually very, very good, and the Stokes are coming up as well. So I think Bitcoin has still been saying it looks like it's going to try to take another leg higher. So it's going to be very, very fun time for Bitcoin. But that's that. Then you look at the other assets, and you look at the general index. Here's a bit of an eye chart because I use it for other things, but let me zoom down on this. I'm going to get these fib lines out of here soon anyway. But the S&P mini futures are up 63% from basically the beginning of 2016, that low, to the close as of today, which is pretty astounding for an economy that in that 3 years is probably, from a GDP standpoint, you know, printed GDP of 3% a year at the most. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say it's 9% gain. And so that is a huge rip in inflation in that financial asset. And we say, okay, let's take a peek at oil. And you got oil here, and oil is now up 127% from its low at the end of 2015. And this is the deflation that China caused as they were going into their financial crisis. And this is what every central bank around the world now is scared to death is going to happen again. Because China is a story for another video. But when that thing explodes, it's just going to be absolutely mind-boggling. And they're doing everything in their power to keep that from happening. And then so we have, sorry, the gardeners are all over the place here Saturday. I can't even close the door and keep the noise out. So we have this move, it's 127% in oil. Okay, long term it's going to be a problem for people. Now we go to gold. Okay, inflation hedges. Let's go to copper first. We have copper here that's up 47% in that same time period. And then we have gold. Gold's up 23%. Okay, they're obviously they're writing contracts against it, trying to keep this from becoming a competing currency. And you're like, okay, let's take a peek at silver. That's a monetary currency as well. And we go down to see good old silver here. And this is just astounding. It is up 10% in 3 years. Had a little bit of push in 2016, but they started pounding the hell out of it, bring it back down again. And this is a metal that's used in industry. And this is how hard they suppressed it. And when this thing goes, and the gold-silver ratio is absolutely out of whack right now, it's going to go. That's why every chance I get, I'm looking to buy dips in silver miners. I have gold miners as well, but silver miners for sure. And I'm looking at what happened in palladium as an example of when these central banks finally lose control over this artificial suppressing that they do. and why I'm so bullish on silver. So that's pretty cool. I'll do another set of charts later talking about the miners. We had a great week again this week. They tried to suppress them, and we had a number of them just popped on our system. 5 to 7%, and there was more than I could even trade. And so I don't think gold and silver. There's talk about taking gold and silver down to 800. These crazy people. There's just too much suppression on it already. And I think this is a spring ready to explode, and we'll go back into the days of this is what I'm looking at right here. So you get a move like this off the bottom. This one came from basically $8.50 up to $45, 5-time move. And when this liquidity really starts to slosh around, you're going to see silver make another move, and it's going to be coming off a base that's twice as high as before here. So you're talking 15 times 5. You're talking $75, $80 plus. And you can just imagine how well the miners are going to do in that environment. And that's what we're playing for. So thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing with us. Thanks for watching our YouTube videos. If you want to check us out, we run specials and bundles quite a bit, and we have some going for tonight. And you're welcome to take advantage of them and make some money with us. We're doing extremely well, and we'd help you make money nearly every day in the market as well. Thanks. Bye-bye.